Hello, hello, hello. There should be sound today because, yeah, because there's sound today. It's very bright. It's very bright. What is this? This is coffee time. So I'm just gathering myself. Where we look at the news. I've not been on the Daily Mail website because I've been doing things I enjoy doing rather than bothering myself with the news. Be more like me. Anyway. Oh, it's all about the royals. There's a lot of royals, a lot of royal news. Not gonna read that, but we will tell you the story. This is a rubbish story. Rubbish. It's rubbish. It's the story of Ben Riley. Should we have a look at him? You can tell he's not in a good mood because look, he's got his arms folded. He might be furious. What do you reckon? There could be a little bit of impotent fury there. What's happened to Ben? Well, Ben was at the wrong arm of the law. I don't know. Not the law. The council. He's wrong end of the council because you never believe his crime. What was his crime? He put 4 black bin bags out, right, next to his packed wheelie bin. Oh, well, there's your crime, mate. You can't if your wheelie bin's full. You can't put any more rubbish out. Everyone knows that. Yeah, and he fell foul of the rules with Ipswich Borough Council in Suffolk, and he was dragged in for a formal interview, right? Then issued with a fixed penalty notice, and they said he was facing jail if he failed to pay said notice, and here is his crime. Well, I say hanging and flogging's too good for him. He needs even further. He says it's ridiculous and extremist. I've been threatened with 5 years in prison or an unlimited fine if it goes to court. Another man dumped a chest of drawers and got fined £200. I put a few plastic bags into my wheelie bin outside my garden gate and fined £500. He also mixed up collection dates, which means he put the wrong bin out. Oh my God. He said my wheelie bin was full. I only moved from Ipswich from Essex. I've lived there for 28 years of my life and the council never moaned about a bag next to a wheelie bin. But here it's a big deal. There you go, son. There you go. You've got to educate yourself. You've got to educate yourself. And he got mixed up. Well, you know, what can I say? I don't have these websites for nothing. Have you put your bin bags out at the wrong time? Don't leave a comment in the box below because I don't care. I don't care. So yeah, there you go. That's what happens if you get a little bit confused. You get confused. Oh, how about some culture? Who wants some culture? Who likes a bit of culture? Are you familiar with the Divine Comedy? I'm not talking about the band with Neil Hannon. No, I'm talking about Dante Alighieri. Right? He wrote The Inferno, and it's all about, you know, there were 3 divine comedies or something. There were 3 of them. One was in heaven, one was in purgatory, one was in hell. I did read them once. I've still got one up on the shelf there. Because, you know, I'm cultured, right? I am. I'm right cultured, I am. I like all the light keeps changing. Put it back to that scene. Look a bit pasty. What can you do? Anyway, he's an icon of literature, is old Dante. And here is the 9 Circles of Hell. I think it's somewhere in Norfolk. I might be mistaken. But yeah, that features in Inferno. But yeah, graphics expert Cicero Moraes has come up with a new picture of him. You know, his portrait, and they used his skull, right? They digitally recreated his skull, and yeah, they created a new image of Dante Alighieri. here he is. It's pretty good, isn't it? Mind you, it could be anyone, couldn't it? We don't know if that's him, do we? We don't really know. Nobody knows. But yeah, and here's another image from the collection. So yeah, they can digitally create faces. He describes the process. Most are based on information contained in the biography of Dante, composed by the writer Boccaccio. Namely, that he was an individual of medium height, somewhat stooped, with a long face, aquiline nose, and eyes that were more large than small. However, Boccaccio did not know Dante personally and collected reports from people close to the poet who lived with him. All approximations seem to follow Boccaccio's descriptions, but we seek to do strictly what bones indicate. The author started digitally recreating the poet's skull using 1921 analysis of his bones, reinforced with data from a 2007 article. And yeah, digitally recreated him. It's amazing, that. I mean, here's another. This is a portrait from 1850 by William Adolphi Buguero, and he's the fella in the red cow. He's visiting hell. I mean, it kind of looks like the same fella, isn't it? Really, I think that's pretty good, but we'll never know because they didn't have Polaroid cameras back then. Oh, we've got more rubbish news. I've seen a pattern. I think the Daily Mail might be obsessed with rubbish. So we go from one rubbish story to another. We're going to Bristol. Bristolians are fuming and furious. And apparently, they're being forced to sort their rubbish into as many as 13 different bins, bags and boxes. Meanwhile, in Birmingham, you only use 3 bins to dispose of the waste. And yeah, this is a Bristolian. This is in Caledonia Place in Clifton. Leslie Ledbetter, here she is, with all her rubbish. There you go. She must feel very proud of herself. All goes to landfill. Some of it goes to China and the third world. So what we all need to do is have a big bonfire. That's what we need. Big bonfire. A lot of black smoke. So yeah, this is the new Daily Mail bugbear. Rubbish. And let's go to Birmingham, where they've just got 3 bins. There you go. They're quite large. Those bins they're big whoppers. Them bins. So, how many bins have you got? Leave a comment in the comment box below. But yeah, this is a nice impression of the Bristolian bin situation. You just leave your spectacles loose next to your recycling bins. Remember that. Always leave your spectacles loose, next to your car batteries. And if you're going to put engine oil out, put it in a clear seal container. That does look like a Tupperware box of piss, doesn't it? There we go. Batteries in a clear plastic bag, shredded paper in a carrier bag, small electricals in a carrier bag, and clothes and shoes in its own. They all got their own carrier bags. Fantastic! What great work they're doing. They are doing God's work there. And have we got any other? Oh, they've gone crazy. They got loads of rubbish. Pictures of rubbish. Look at this. This is what you want. This is quality journalism. And here's a young chap. This is Theodore, who helps his mother with the rubbish. Isn't he a plucky 6-year-old? There you go. So, rubbish. That was a rubbish story, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Here we go. This is the dog walking story. Thomas Oldwinkle, and he very much looks like how you'd expect him to look. A surf from the Middle Ages. Thomas Oldwinkle. I think he may have been accused of witchcraft 500 years ago and has travelled through time. But he's one of those Darwin Award winners almost. He'd gone for a walk at lunchtime with his Springer dog Mac along the southwest coast path in East Devon in July last year. but he failed to return. Right? The 64-year-old had a passion for 17th century English Civil War reenactments. So he doesn't. That's not fair. He doesn't normally dress like this. He's obviously doing a reenactment. There you go. That was it. He's just. Do you ever worry, right, that you go missing, and your family will provide the worst photo they can find? You know, I've got a picture of me holding a red rubber bone in my mouth, dog's bone, and if I go missing, I've given them instructions to use that picture so they can find me. But yeah, so anyway, Mr. Oldwinkle, we went missing, and his wife called police when she became worried. But at the Exeter inquest, oh no, a police helicopter located his body at the bottom of cliffs at 8:30 p.m. at Littleham Cove, while his beloved dog Mac was found stranded on a ledge above where his body had been discovered. Rosemary's wife believes Tom had slipped and fell to his death trying to save Mac, who was prone to running off when he picked up a scent. So it happened here. So he tried to rescue his dog and came a cropper. That's Malt Point along the southwest coast path. Malt, death, isn't it? Malt, French for death. Oh. So yeah, sometimes it's best to get the authorities in. Meanwhile, wine news. Why you should only buy your wine drink. You drink. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. This is rubbish. This is the worst one ever. This is why you should only buy wine in dark bottles. Apparently, did you know that the clear bottles change the taste of wine? Did you know this? And that you should have a darker bottle. Yeah. And they've done a little infogram because the light passes through clear glass and it reacts with chemicals in the wine. Your wine can end up tasting of cabbage and wet dog. How do you know it tastes like wet dog unless you've actually licked a wet dog? Meanwhile, a dark bottle blocks the light and there's no reaction. So your wine tastes better for longer. So there you go. Of course, the best ones. Do you remember the cartons with a little... Remember when you could get wine in cartons? Do you remember that? That was cool, wasn't it? But yeah. This is from Susie Barry, who's a master of wine. She just tells her family that when they find her asleep in the shop doorway. I'm a master of wine, I am. But yeah, it's all to do with UV radiation altering the chemical composition of the wine. Look, and there's a study. Look, they did a study. I don't even drink. I don't even drink. Oh dear. What else have we got? Wow, this is a story. This is from Colombia, right? I've got to zoom in because it's a helicopter out of control. Look, it's a tourist helicopter. Oh my goodness, you would not want to be on that. I think you may lose your lunch. That was in Colombia. When did it happen? It was a tourist helicopter with 6 people on board, and it plummets to the ground, right? And it ends up like this. Look at that. And it's amazing because no one died. Everyone survived. Here's another angle. Now, normally, again, this is why I'd never travel in helicopters because they are, in terms of safety, as soon as the helicopter goes down, them and hot air balloons, avoid them. Hot air balloons, and because if you get into difficulty, no chance. My goodness. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, it just suddenly plunged out of the sky. This is where it was. It's in Medellin, in Colombia, and it happened on, yesterday evening, 26th of February. It was a Bell 206 helicopter with the registration HK 4810. And 70 emergency workers carried out a rescue to get the 6 people out safely. Have we got anything else? Not really. It's pretty dull stories. Oh yeah, we did this yesterday, but you didn't hear it. You didn't hear it. I'm going to see if I can get the story up. Mary Poppins has been reclassified. The movie. It's gone from U to a PG. It's parental guidance. And you're probably thinking, why? Why would they do that to Mary Poppins? And I'm going to tell you why, because I'm just trying to find the story from yesterday. This is what happens when it all goes wrong. Here we go. It's because of the language. There is a language. There's a scene where I did it again. Admiral. I keep saying admirable instead of admiral. Oh, God. 2 days running, I fuck it up. Anyway, in the scene with Admiral Boom, where he's setting off rockets to take out the chimney sweeps. Here we go. Here he is. He says, we're being attacked by Hottentots. And again, that word probably doesn't mean much. Now I know it. I know it from a long time ago, and I don't know how I know this word. But it's a historical term referring to the Khokho, and that's Khoe, and they were a group of nomadic herders in South Africa. And when the Hottentots are drawn, again, it's almost like a parody. They're a racial parody, similar to Gollywog. So when I thought, no, this is fine because the language has changed, and he's also referring to the chimney sweeps because they have black on their faces, don't they? And odd, it's totally recontextualised the scene. So and of course, a lot of people are furious because they didn't know what Hottentot meant. I did, because there's a lyric from a Shakespeare Sisters song from the early 90s that uses the word Hottentot, which made me, when I first heard it, nearly spit my tea out. But that went past without anybody noticing. But I noticed it because, like I said, I'm educated. I read Dante. Remember? So yeah. But of course, we know the most offensive thing about Mary Poppins is Dick Van Dyke's Cockney accent. God bless you, Mary Poppins. It should have been an X rating just for that, just for his terrible accent. I was born Sound of Bow Bills, Mary Poppins. So that's it. It's been reclassified to PG, which is nothing. Your kids can still watch it. It is nothing. It's nothing. There was also a big furore because Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers was being interviewed by Jane Lewis, and this was after a 3-1 win at Motherwell, and they were talking about doing the interview, and he rounded it up and he called her good girl, well done, and they said that's sexist. Right? He's he's the boss of Celtic, and they say he's a terrible sexist for this. And the journalist involved, so I'm just waiting for all the pictures to load, is Jane Lewis. And he said, well, she looks like a good girl, doesn't she? But you got to remember what football managers like. They call the players lads, don't they? And good boy. They say, you know, he's a good lad to like grown men. So is it sexist? Is it sexist? It's just their kind of parlay, isn't it? And here he is saying, she is a good girl. So is it? I don't know. I don't know if it's sexist or not. It's just the vernacular that football managers use. But anyway, everyone's upset. But what's wrong with calling a woman a good girl? Again, I say it to the missus when she brings me tea and a sandwich. I say, good girl. You people just don't like a joke. You just don't like a joke. That's what it is. You're all woke. That's what it is. You're all woke. Where else are we? Councils are scrapping the 20-mile-per-hour limits. Yeah, this is local authorities in the Scottish Highlands and Flintshire in North Wales have turned some roads back to 30 miles an hour zones. That's good, because there weren't enough stupid people killing themselves on those dark country roads, and so they thought we better. Oh, it is a story. We better reinstate the speed limit. Meanwhile, more football news, and I guess it is sexism again. This is Giselle Kumpel. Here she is. She's a reporter who reports from pitchside. This is in Brazil, and she was sexually assaulted. I mean, easy to pick him out in a crowd, don't you think? This is the Internacional mascot Sashi, right? And during the 3-2 win over Grêmio, he's been accused of sexually harassing Kumpel. Yeah. She's taken up a position behind the goal during the clash, and she accused the club's mascot of pushing her head and making a kissing gesture towards her. She said, I was the only woman on that side of the field. There were other journalists, but he did that only to me. He came to my side and hugged me. There you go. So if you see this fella, you might want to inform the police. I don't know. I mean, maybe he was just excited, and apparently there is I do have a still image. There she is, right? But look, he's there. He's nowhere near her. Is he? Is he near her? I don't know. I can't. I don't know. It's controversial. Not the first time this has happened. There was another mascot accused of being a bit of a groper, wasn't there? So blimey. Meanwhile, trans news. Oh, I do love a good trans story. This is a trans man, whatever that is. This is a woman who now thinks she's a man. But yeah, probably Georgia Evans from Rhyl in North Wales was born female and transitioned 10 years ago. Here she is. Remember, she'll always be a woman. It's the hips. Hips always give it away. And the shape of the skull. And that was in 2012. And I've got a recent picture. And here she is now. Nice beard, like it. Bearded lady, impressive. But George, says that she experiences male privilege because strangers listen and respect her more than they did when she looked like that. The thing is, love, is when you get middle-aged, they're going to start ignoring you again, right? But yeah, she says even, that people listen and respect him more, and that they're no longer scared to walk alone. And the funny thing is you're more likely to be attacked and stabbed to death if you're aged between 20 and 50 than if you're a woman. And that's a statistical fact, you know. So yeah, women, you know, can be scary for women to walk alone at night, obviously. But yeah, there you go. So there's some benefits from having a bit of your arm grafted to your genital area and a fake meat tube fashioned out of it. There's a benefit to it, apparently, because it's funny, because I'm a man and no one listens to me. It's like I'm invisible. And if you're a middle-aged man walking a dog, you're practically the invisible man. It's a wonderful world, it is. It's a wonderful world. Oh dear. Have we got anything? Oh, very cheeky. Very cheeky. Remember, you can't change what you are. Oh, this is we've got an animal story. I'm going to put that at the end there. But we haven't got anything else. Have we done enough? I've done enough. I feel like I've been cheeky enough today. Just trying to see if there's any other Meanwhile, this is Russian news, Russian toy news. Russian kids are in for a treat because they can now get themselves a model of Vlad Putin. He's our mate, remember, because we don't want to fall off any high buildings or have Novichok put in her underpants. He's our mate, good bloke, top bloke is our Vlad. If you're a child who's in the market for a new Russian toy, you can get the Russian hypersonic missile launcher. Come on. Apparently, it's £299 and weighs 35 kilos. Blimey. Looks impressive, doesn't it? And here it is in action. Look at that. There you go. It's probably more effective than their hypersonic actual weapon. So, but yeah, it's all part of Putin's indoctrination campaign on the kids. Look, you see. Schools dress children up in military fatigues and make them listen to Putin's propaganda. See, he's actually thrown a grenade at a cut-out tank there. See, if you stare at his picture long enough, you too will become as strong as Putin. And there you go. I think the one on the right's a member of the PLO. Yeah, he's fighting. He's fighting at the moment. This kid, they've run out of soldiers. He's at the Ukraine front. He is. And yeah, and the girls getting on it because they can bandage the boys' heads. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? No sexism in Russia. Everyone gets to pull together. And there they go. Don't they all look so happy? And yeah, Russian kids with their hypersonic tanks. Okay, we've got some signs. I guess this is Bored Panda. Hopefully everyone's enjoying the sound today. Is this... No, this is from Cheeseburger, not Bored Panda. Cheeseburger, how could I be so stupid to get that wrong? They've sold it from Cheeseburger, it's cheese with a Z, and I'm liberating it. Now hiring non-stupid people. That's why I don't keep hearing back. That's why I don't hear back when I send my CV out. If elevator does not move, do a small jump. It should move after. I think I'll take the stairs. Stop. This is a stop sign. Oh, shit, Sherlock. Employees must wash hands. Do not wet your hands first. Soap is liquid. No need to wet your hands. Okay. Welcome, Slizzers. This house will charge you $20 per minute to listen to sales pitches, religious messages, and other nice speech you're offering today. These fees are paid in advance. I like it. I wonder if it's enforceable. Do not dumb here. Not dumb area here. Never a truer word said. Don't hit the car in front of you. Wise words. Wizards are prohibited. You know what you did. My boss told me to change the sign, so I did. Literally. Mirror Lake. I like that one. That's good, isn't it? I like that. Notice. If you notice this notice, you'll be noticed that this is not worth noticing. Indeed. And that is a diversion. A little diversion there for you. And we'll end. There is an animal story. Digidogs. This is a digidog. This is Police Dog April. Oh. And normally, you're probably thinking, sniffer dog. Catches criminals, drugs, that kind of thing. Yeah, but this digidog, April, she's a member of the Cheshire and North Wales Police Alliance Dog Unit at Winsford. Right? And it's got a skill set. The Yellow Labrador, right, has a skill set. She's only one of 3 seminal dogs in the police force. Yet she can sniff out sex attackers. Yeah, seminal. She's seminal fluid. And even if the fluid has been present for some time, she's still on the scent. So she's helped convict 4 sex attackers with her handler, PC Steve Gunn. And there is some footage. If it will work. No, it won't work. That's a shame. But if it did work, they'd be catching sex offenders. I don't know why it's working. But yeah, Digidog. PC Edwards, who's speaking on the dog's behalf, said a dog's nose is an incredible thing. I can't actually explain how they do it, but every item has a unique scent. Somehow they can make distinction between electronics, so like in a television, something like a SIM card. They don't get confused. They find the devices will look for. So they can even sniff out SIM cards. And Police Dog Brown is a victim recovery dog, which means he's trained to find blood and human remains. Here he is in action. So there are various kinds of dogs. So you've got the seminal dogs, they do seminal fluid. The digidog does digital items like SIM cards. And they're amazing. So they can smell out SIM cards and mobile phones. Used by paedophiles. Oh, that's me demonetised. Fascinating. Those plucky dogs. Absolutely amazing. Here's an action shot of Police Dog April. We'll end on the action shot. Look at that. She's thinking, where's the pedo? Where's the sex attacker? Fantastic. Anyway, let's see if there's anybody in. Nobody in today. 4 people in. See, it's yesterday. Because after yesterday, it all went wrong. No one's thought, he's a fucking idiot. Joseph says, oh, that's Dante, all right. See, he knows. It's because of his nose. And Payne's in. Nice to hear you. I'm back again. Yeah, it's useful if you actually plug the microphones in, I found. Don't ask. I had a bit of a technical issue. Things come unplugged. Don't ask. I should have noticed, but I wasn't paying attention. Andrew says, I can yeah, I get it. You can hear me. I get it. Okay. You don't have to go on about it. Payne says, I've been in a helicopter once and got away with it. No need to do it twice. I wouldn't even do it once. Payne says, it's as hot as any Hottentot. And I don't care. Exactly, he knows. Andrew says, Darren, you're a good lad. No, I'm not. Hetty's in. She said, my dentist called me a good girl after I had a root canal. That didn't bother me at all. He was just being nice. Well, again, you get called good lad and whatever. I don't care. My optician, he called me David. He called me David the entire time during it. I didn't correct him. It was only at the end he went, oh God, I've been calling you David the entire time. And your name's Darren. And I said, I don't mind. You call me what you want. And he's done that before. Now, I've been seeing this guy for years, and I remember him doing it years ago. I must just look like a David to him, though my mum nearly called me Daniel. So I've also accepted Daniel. So there you go. Andrew says, yeah, dog cam. Yeah, she's actually here. Wait a minute. Let me just see if this one's plugged in. It is. Everything's all tangled. Here we go. Here is some dog cam. There you go. You have dog cam. And how do, says G-Man. Just having soup. Hey, G-Man, did you get your base? Did you get your base from Bax? Did you get your base? Answer me. Come on, answer me. It's important you answer. I'm waiting for the G-Man to answer. Was it good? Was it good base? Because I got a base from Bax. Do you want to see it? I shouldn't have done it. It was in their B stock, because it's your fault. I was looking in the B stock base department of Bax, and I found this. You could say, it's my birthday present, he said. Look at this. It's an Ibanez 6-string. I've gone back to a 6-string because I sold my 6-string years ago, and I saw this for cheaps. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, I got a bargain here. It was over a third off in the B stock, and there's nothing wrong with it other than the box is a little bit tatty. Other than that, it's perfect, and it's got a burl top, which makes it look all. Look at that! Oh, look at that! It's called Cosmos. I think Cerulean Cosmic Burst. Anyway, I just wanted to show it off. Oh, hey, that was it. I just wanted to. Oh no, I've confused it. Come on, you can do it. Have we got the autofocus on? Hello, autofocus. I do love the fact that this thing just doesn't focus anymore. Wait a minute. Focus. I've got autofocus on as well. Absolutely rubbish. Okay, I'll switch it back to main focus. And I can. That's better. What's the point in having autofocus if it doesn't focus? Anyway, thanks for watching. That was the news. And I've been showing off my birthday base. It was my birthday last week. That's jazz. Just wasted time. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you. Killing the channel, one video at a time. That was the news. You know, you've got to drink it up. See you tonight for the live stream, and I'll see if I can talk for an hour and a half. Wish me luck. Drink it up.